Alright, so in this video tutorial for Phire CMS, we're going to talk about feeds. Probably one of the number one things I get asked about when somebody does a fresh install is they ask about what's with the YouTube most viewed, and if you click into an about page you see all this Vimeo most viewed and all that. Well, that's just in there to display the power of the feeds component in Phire. So if you go to feeds, you'll see there's 4 in there right away. And what feeds are, a lot of CMSs allow you to do this, but you have to install a plugin or a module or something in order to read external feeds. Well, that's built in Phire, okay? Plain and simple. If you go to add feeds, it's pretty simple. You have a feed title, the feed URL, a limit if you don't want, you want to show like the latest 3 from your Twitter feed or things like that. Very popular, thing to do. And then your feed template. And again, this template, like the other templates for templates and sections, is it's got its own little subset of placeholders right here that you would put into it if you wanted to use it. So we'll just go ahead and go to one of the pre-existing ones like Google News. So the Google News RSS feed for Google News is that. I just want to show the latest 2 news articles, and I have this little feed div here that has the link, the title, placeholder, pub date, and then the time elapsed since the pub date. Those are all reserved, placeholder keywords right there. And very simple. That's what happens is, it displays just like sections. If you already looked at the sections tutorial, what ends up happening is it gets assigned an ID. Here Google News has 9001, YouTube has 9002, and so on. So if I believe this is in the templates, so if you go to home page, you'll see latest news feed 9001. And what that simply does is it puts 2 of the latest news feeds off of Google News right here. So in this case, from January 15th, 2011, 40 minutes ago and 4 hours ago, there were these 2 latest news feeds from Google News. And that's really how feeds work. Same thing with the YouTube feed, and then when you go into the YouTube feeds on that home page. So if you go to pages, welcome, you see that feed 9002 is showing the YouTube feed there. This is the most viewed. And then when you go into the about, the subpage template has the Vimeo on the side there. So again, that's all feeds are. Very simple, very easy way to get external feeds parsed and into your site, whether it's on the template or the page side or in a section somewhere. So it's a very easy way to get external feeds showing up on your site. So again, just to review, you have your feed title, your feed URL, a limit if you want it, and then your little template that you put that it iterates over. So that's the power of feeds.